Shout out to Coca 2005 for sending me this story. If y'all don't know who this man is, his name is Jonathan Alleda or Alleda, whatever his last name, however you pronounce it. If y'all remember back in 2016, there was a black man by the name of Charles Kinsey who worked at a facility for individuals who, needed the extra attention. And one of the patients managed to get out of his care. And he was in the middle of the street, and I think the cops were called when they said that was a disturbance or something to that effect, and they was trying to help him because the guy who he was trying to help had autism. And he was in the middle of the street playing with a toy truck, and then all of a sudden they came out and tried to investigate what was going on. Charles Kinsey was responsible for the guy. He was helping to guide him. And all of a sudden, these cops came out of nowhere and just like pulled guns on not only Charles Kinsey, but the guy as well. This Jonathan Alleda guy was one of the cops. As a matter of fact, when Charles Kinsey was told to get on the ground with his hands in the air, in which he did, he was still shot in the leg. Luckily, he wasn't killed. And he was shot in the leg by this guy right here. This goes into the whole narrative that whole black and brown coalition does not exist. And this happened in Florida. Well, it has come out that he, as in this guy right here, was found not guilty of negligence when he was shooting at not only Charles Kinsey, in which he ended up shooting him in the leg, but also shooting at an autistic individual. Now this is a double whammy right here. It's one thing that we know, we always hear about them shooting at unarmed black men and everything like that. We know this for a fact. But this guy also shot at an autistic individual. Charles Kinsey was yelling in the video saying, don't shoot, he has autism. And we're trying to help him. But it doesn't surprise me because whenever a black person, but I don't think the person would identify as black, because his name was Rio Soto. And when I looked at the video, I don't say he doesn't look black. He looks more like he's Hispanic. He almost looked like he could identify whatever this guy is. And he was, when you hear stories about black people who have mental illnesses or they are not all the way there, law enforcement still doesn't care about regarding their life. They will still shoot first and ask questions later, if they even ask questions at all. So this guy almost killed 2 people that day. Luckily, none of the bullets hit the autistic individual, and luckily Charles Kinsey didn't die because he did get shot in the leg. But 3 years later, and they found this guy not guilty of negligence. Am I surprised? Nope. Because look at him, his profession, who he shot at, and what state this happened in. And I don't know if they used this defense or not, but I would not be surprised if he used the whole thing of I fear for my life. I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised if he did. But it's like I said, it is what it is. It's the same wash, rinse, repeat type of thing. So now he's most likely going to go back out and do whatever it is that he was doing. I don't know if he still kept his job after the fact, because remember, this is 3 years ago. This is 2016. I'm not even going to lie. I forgot all about this story. I did, because so much stuff has happened since then. But when I saw the title and then I looked at the thumbnail, from the video, then I was like, oh, it was that story, because I completely forgot about it. But like I said, they're not going to convict many cops in Florida. Remember, I just did a story about them convicting a cop for the first time in 30 years when he killed that black man who played the drums for his church or for the band, when he was off duty and shot him on the side of the road and killed him. That happened the year before this. They're not going to convict too many of their cops, even though that they know that they're wrong. Now, I don't know if he's going to get his job back. I don't know what he's been doing since then. And honestly, I don't care. But if something comes out in the news and something happens to him, I'll be back. And you know what I'll be bringing with me if it comes to that. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. And I will talk to you in the next one. I had to come back here and insert this last piece at the end, and I wish it had dawned on me when I recorded it earlier. I just realized, and silly of me for just realizing it now, that they severely undercharged this guy. They only charged him with negligence. The fix was in from the get-go. They didn't even hit this man with attempted murder charges because he almost killed not one but two people. So that should have been 2 counts of attempted murder that he should have got hit with, but they didn't get him with that. I wonder, if looking back on it, did he even get hit with those charges when this incident actually happened, and they just dropped those charges down and just gave him negligence? If that's the case, then the fix was already in to have this guy walk. They just went through a whole trial for nothing if that was the case.